Hey guys, I'm here live again for the day 2, and it's going to be all about connections. It's going to be all about how do you bond with people and how are you connecting with them? Are you humanizing yourself or being very robotic? Are you just going all out and working on the numbers, which is just getting as many people to connect with you or building quality relationships? Now, these are some few things, just a few things that we are going to cover, but at the same time it's highly valuable, because what I believe is just one connection is what you need to change your life upside down and even make it like super 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 awesome. So welcome back here again, and tell me one thing, like, as we're getting started for the day, I have one big question for you. Which was the favorite part of connecting with a new person? Like, what was the most exciting thing about connecting with anybody new on LinkedIn? Okay, tell me, what was the favorite part of connecting with anybody new on LinkedIn? And meanwhile, I'm just going to go quickly check out your comments, because I can see people saying a full lot of highs. So yay, hey everyone. Hey Julia, hey Christian, hey Samina. Lovely to see all of you. Hey Jocelyn, awesome guys. So tell me now, looking for people, the right people. I think I like that, because the right people are the ones which change our life and give us that one network which can change the way you look at going forward with your journey on LinkedIn. And I am seeing Julia selling the filter option. Hey, Deborah, welcome. And as we're getting people to quickly join us and we're getting it all pepped up and ready, which I'm excited to see more of you guys come in quickly. And we're going to get started with some exciting activities for today. And before jumping into it, as we have so many amazing ones already here, tell me your dream connection. So all of us know that there are so many influential people, thought leaders, decision makers on LinkedIn as a platform. And I'm sure you've always felt like, okay, there's one person that I really want to connect with. And if I'm able to connect with that person, it would be such an amazing thing. So who is that one person? Like for me, I would really want to be the first connection with Gary Vee or Neil Patel, and even with I would say Mark Cuban. So these are like my top picks, and I would really want them to be part of my first connection. So that's my one, or instead of one, I actually said three dream connections. So you tell me your 3 or 1 dream connections that you would like to connect with on LinkedIn. Hey, I can see you guys coming in. Hey, Gary. Okay, Deborah is with Gary Vee. Deborah, let's do it together, man. It's going to be so much fun. Clara, welcome. We have Rajninath as well. Hey, welcome. Simon Sinek. Oh, man, love him for his work and what he has been sharing. I like that. How about others, guys? What is that one dream connection that you want to connect with on LinkedIn? And that would be like the day in your life. Like, oh my God. Okay, so Deborah says, but before meeting him, I want to live up to his advice. Yeah, absolutely, man. And then there are more fans of Simon Sinek, Julia as well. And Anil says, okay, Anil, we are already connected. Now that's guys, that wasn't a paid review. So please put attention. That wasn't a paid review. Okay, so yeah, Neil Patel. I really admire that guy for his consistency and resilience that he has. We have Tony Robbins also coming in now. These are some big names, and indeed the people who we are learning from, and they are someone who has been our mentors in some or the other way. And I'm excited to indeed actually get to know how did your connection journey was. So wow, okay, Anil, I mean, I'm not, this aren't paid reviews, guys, so let's just Okay, so Christiana says Dr. John D. Martini. Okay, now that's a new name in the list that's coming in. Not bad. I like that. And okay, Yimsius Kush. Okay, I don't know why he's writing my name. Is that the person he was to connect with, or there is some other context? I would love to first get it clarified before going further on that. So indeed, let's go further. And okay, if you were part of this cohort, you might end up number one on the leaderboard. Okay, I can see some great fun happening in the comment section. That's lovely, guys. We are here to enjoy ourselves and have a lot of fun while learning. And I'm so happy to see all of you guys joining in. As the others are coming in, let's quickly jump into having a quick review of what did we cover in the connections round, where you were building some amazing connections and you were making bonds with the people you didn't know ever in your life. So building connections on LinkedIn. So if, of course, it was all about accepting connections, then no, guys, that wasn't the case. Your connections decide whether your content will get engagement or not. And if you randomly connect with people who don't find your content relevant, then that's where you lose the battle. And that's where you want to be careful about. So definitely the advice is to explore, expand, and establish. Always remember this 3 E's of connection, which is explore, expand, establish. And yeah, these are my 4 amazing strategies of how exactly can you go all out and explore a lot of LinkedIn connections and indeed contact them through different methods, expand them by establishing a connection with a personalized message, connect them offline and today's world over Zoom. And of course, it's about connecting with influencers, commenters. So go ahead, comment, engage with the people who comment with your influencer. And indeed, engage further, which is establishing. Now, that's where the real deal is, guys. That's where the real essence is. So you got to establish, engage, and further with the ones you're connected and show them interest that you are interested in what they're dealing with and engage with their content. These are some important ones which will help you establish deeper bond with your people. Of course, these are some direct strategies that you can practically keep it for your life of how exactly do you want to connect when you are an entrepreneur, professional, personal branding, or looking out for a job. And these strategies are some which indeed would change or break the way you go ahead on your journey with LinkedIn connections. Now, guys, how did this seem to you? Did that blow your mind? Tell me if it did. Give me a boom in the comment if it blew your mind. Yes, I'm asking you to remove connections, and that's what it has to be all about. If you're connected with people who are not adding value to your life, not adding value to your content, or anyway not playing any role in your presence on LinkedIn, then better to remove than to keep it tight with them. So yeah, and if no personalized message, definitely the chances for you to get accepted by influencers, thought leaders, decision makers is going to drop a lot, and you won't be able to connect with them. They won't be able to set you aside. Now, today, for example, I have more than 500 connection requests pending, and the ones I connect at the first glance are the ones which associate themselves with a personalized message. And that's the bottom line of having a contrarian position for yourself and connecting with anybody. So these are just some sample message and etiquettes which you do not want to miss. And content is king is something you only discover after this call, guys. So there's so much more there, but I'm not gonna go ahead. So that's a quick teaser, but let's just go back to the mainstream and talk about it. Guys, so indeed it's time for all of you to get into this connection journey and tell me how have your connection journey been like. How have you felt connecting with people you weren't connected as yet, and did you enjoy the entire journey? Like, and when I say enjoy, I would also say, because it's not very easy to be able to find people that you want to connect with in just 24 hours. So don't get overwhelmed with the concept of finding the right person, because slowly, as you start increasing the effort towards trying to connect with people, that's when you will identify your right audience, and that will happen eventually. That's when I say it. Practice makes the men, the women, everybody perfect. So you want to keep doing it, and that's where the real value would be for you eventually, because you will discover what works for you, and you will discover what's the best fit for you and your network. So now let's quickly jump. Okay, I love the boom guys that you're showing up with, and that's super awesome. Do we have, okay, so Hari says, good evening, dear admin team. No questions for now, Hari. Awesome. That's lovely, Hari. I'm just at the Slido and I saw that. Now, let's go to the Facebook profile, the group, and see if we have some amazing submissions from you guys to quickly review it. And it's questions time, guys. If you have any questions, then this is the time you put it in the comment section for me to not miss out on your questions regarding your connections that will make a real change to your life. So let's get going. Okay, I see a lot of you have actually gone in detail to be able to go and share, update your LinkedIn profile. So that's awesome. Like Andrew, close up for my after. I took the background from my website banner. Problem is that there are two pics of me now. Yeah, absolutely. I think it takes a whole lot of. I would say a whole lot of. Visual cue, but at the same time, of course, because it's a different picture, it's also great. But I would say develop your business and life and get the results you want is not bad, it's great. And if you are a financial advisor, insurance broker, why not book a 20 minutes complimentary call to see how, and the call to action is also good. But how do they book it is the question. So where do they get the link to book it? So indeed, you might want to take a look at that, because that's important. And adding keywords, which is financial advisor, because that's your target audience, then what exactly, or what kind of consultant and coach, your personal professional development consultant, executive coach, and inspirational speaker. I think that's great. It's indeed lovely, but I would still say go and do a little bit of research on the headline keyword, because it still seems a little too generic. Now we have Clara. Clara, Day 2 Challenge. I would like to connect to you because I really like your name. Joking, sort of course. I like to connect with you, with the fellow Brit now living in Malaysia, and I am also in coaching and development. Now, if you knew that person and you were cracking the joke, then it's kind of okay. But if it's absolutely a new connection and you had no clue of who the person is, it can backfire, Clara. So you might want to be super, super careful, and you want to be just making sure that indeed you don't make the connection feel uncomfortable about you. So it's a great thing to do, but at the same time, it can backfire. So you have to be ready for it as well. I would say I like to connect with you, connect with fellow Brits now living in Malaysia. So that's great. I mean, of course, that's a mutual point. So having that is great. I'm also reading your questions that's coming in the comment section, and indeed I will get to that. So keep sharing your questions. Let me just go with the Clara one. Okay, 1 second. Clara says it's obvious that is not his real name. Since I don't know his real name, it will be difficult for me to comment on that. Hi, Alfred. I'm inspired by what you've done the 100 days, and I would like to find out about the company for the perspective of working together in the world, or possibly an entrepreneur not sure about my idea. Would appreciate your thoughts. It's a very candid message, so it's fine. I mean, it's an objective orient. I would like to find out more about your company from the perspective of working together, or possibly an entrepreneur not sure about. So I'm not too clear on the latter part of the statement because I didn't quite understand it. But even in the first part, it's great because there are two touch points. First is 100x connects, and the second is, of course, you want to know about the person, and that actually excites everybody. So that's good. I'm not sure if you know that I'm embarking a new career, which includes, it's good to connect on LinkedIn since there was no CNY gathering this year. Now, is Daniel a known connection? Then it's fine. It's great. But if you're approaching with this to an unknown one, then I'm going to say that this is something that the person might find weird, that you're choosing no CNY gathering to touch upon here and touch upon your career as the first message. So yeah, but it seems like you know Daniel, so I'm just going to take that obvious. I found you through Jeff, and oh wow, you know Jeff, that's lovely. I love to connect with women being an industry pioneer. Not bad, because you identified that the person is an industry pioneer and that's where your pick is. So I'm going to just take that, and it's good. But still, I believe that you can use a little more words and have a little more insights shared about that person, establish more mutual bond here. I'm new to LinkedIn and just found your group. Fucking fuck being humble and love it, as I am starting a new career in coaching and I'd like to connect with you to learn more in this. I think that's a good message, because anybody who says that I want to learn, it's great. And because you've included the name of the group, and that is a good one, because that gets the person's interest immediately. Okay, so that was my quick feedback on Clara. Now let's look at the questions that's coming in. So I didn't connect with anyone because I wanted to intentional about my job seeking. So I spent time identifying which companies to have to focus on first and select who to reach out. I have a Q base on the slide. Why should job seekers use follow? If a recruiter wants to talk to me, isn't connect better? Indeed, it is better that the recruiter, if he wants to connect with you, then it's great. But at the same time, you know, there's a concern that comes in that everybody who is sending you a connect request, you will have to filter out and check whether the person is valuable enough to connect or not. And if you don't connect with the person, your follower count still remains the same. So you don't get to increase your follower count, and still, unless you connect with that person, because nobody will click on that three dot and click on follow, but everybody who will come to your profile will immediately hit the connect button. So there are two things that happens. First, anybody sends you a connection request, and if you want to increase your numbers, or if you want to get connected with more industry people, you can't do it if they are not under your segment of target audience, because you will have to hit the connect button, and if you end up connecting with the relevant people, your content exposure will go for a toss. Second, of course, if someone is actually wanting to recruit hire you, there is an option to connect. If you want to make it easy, you can keep the connect button, or you can put a call to action in the cover photo saying hit connect if you want to drop a message. And that connection button is within the three dots itself. So if recruiters want to reach out to you and they really love your profile, they would write through the connect, which is there within the three dots. And recruiters have a lot of times extra in mails, which is direct message, irrespective you connect or not, and that's also something they can use. But of course, Deborah, it's completely your call of how do you want to get your profile exposure. If you are okay to spend extra time and read every connection request that comes to you, then go ahead, keep it connect. And if you're okay with the follower counts having lower but still making it easy for people to send you requests, then why not? So Andrew says, how to remove or hide an old video, some out of date. When you say old video, where have you uploaded that video, Andrew? Can I know that so that I can reflect on your answer better? Is it in your featured segment, or is it in your post? If it's a post, then you can just hit the delete with the three dots. Just click on that and there's a delete option. So Clara says, okay, Jocelyn says, for whatsoever reason, I'm unable to get to follow button at all, even having gone through YouTube tutorial. So now what is happening is the follow button is right there. It is, okay. Jocelyn, for any reason, have you tried to connect with too many people and you are into follow jail? Even that's a possibility, because if you're not able to find that option, there's a possibility that you are in a follow jail and you've tried connecting with way too many people, and LinkedIn is skeptical about that. So this is probably the reason why you are unable to follow people out there. Now let's look at Andrews. Can I put booking my complimentary link on the banner, or do I say go to my website link below? So I think the link can be in your featured segment and can be in your description, which is the about, the two places. That will actually make it easy for people to click and go, because in your cover, if you write the link, they will have to manually type it if it is too long. So it's good to put the link in the featured segment and in the about segment. Now, excellent advice. Awesome. So that's lovely to hear, Deborah. I'm happy to know that. And now Kitty says, I'm looking for a new job opportunity in HR field. I like to connect with recruiters, HR and directors. How can I write the note that saying I'm looking for opportunities as a advisor? No, that's an amazing question, Kriti. Indeed, it's not advisable at all to send messages to the recruiters and the HR saying, I am looking for a job. Because when you do that, everybody is doing the same thing. Every single person who needs a job is doing the same thing. How do you even stand out, and how do you even get the eyeballs of the recruiters or the directors or the HR managers to notice you among all the crowd? Because what you are doing is others also doing the same thing. So go engage with their post, interact with them, build a connection even before you send them the connection request. And then finally, when you send them the connection request, talk about what they are doing, the work they are doing for the community, the contribution that they have, or some kind of a mutual bond that two of you can have from the groups, from the interest, from anything. And don't talk about looking for job. Let just focus on growing that relationship gradually. And you don't have to do with this everybody. Highlight 5 recruiters, build a relationship with them, and that can get you to your dream job. It's all about spending quality time with few people than to just ending up spending no quality time but targeting in mass audiences, which might also work. I'm not saying it may not work, it will definitely work, but at the same time your effort is too much there, and at the result the ROI is very low. So that's why you want to be very calculative on how you're approaching, especially when you're writing to recruiters. Do not write that you're looking for a job. That's my opinion. Okay, so Jocelyn, when you say how do you know, actually you know it when LinkedIn restricts you to do a certain activity, you know you are in that jail. So when LinkedIn restricts you to get in certain, like from commenting, from tagging people, from liking a post, or from even following, you know you are in jail. And what you can do is you can write to LinkedIn support and say this is a problem that you're experiencing, and if they can reactivate it, provided that you would not extensively use the feature if that was the reason in the first place for blocking or putting you in that jail. So reach out to their support. It's a good one, and they will come back to you. So Julia says, great advice. Awesome. I'm happy to hear. Kirti, thanks, Kush. Kirti, do let me know if that makes sense. But indeed, directly reaching out to recruiters is something that actually gets them to get demoralized, because they are overwhelmed with all these, and to allowing them to filter. Imagine yourself as a recruiter, and every single day on LinkedIn you get people that I'm looking for job. I'm not a recruiter and I get people's message that I'm looking for a job, and because I don't have an opening, it is kind of not a right fit for me, and I have to ignore that message. The person doesn't talk about me, is not interested in what I'm doing, but is only interested in informing about himself and his job and his somethings. Though I do respect and I do have a lot of empathy for the people who have been going through a lot of pain, especially during the COVID times, and that's not easy at all. And I know how it feels like because I've gone with my fair share of challenges. So it's important, because of the pain that people are going through, to actually humanize yourself and not really go all out with objective oriented. It just seems too self-centered. So try to connect with people on a personal level and you will see the magic happening. And now, Deborah, you're saying, hey guys, Dave, after and before in the comments section. Okay. Here's my before, which work. Okay, I can't see, Deborah, your before. I think your screenshot is missing. Okay, so now, indeed, Deborah, let's look at your profile. Here's the day 1 challenge, and you submitted it, and I think it was looking amazing. But I also would mention, of course, a little zoom out on your face would be nice to show off your shoulder, because it's great. It puts you in the confident position. So indeed, if you zoom out your photograph, I think that'll be nice as well. Little bit, just a little bit. My video talk got shared twice this morning also. Oh, wow, that's nice. Because if people are sharing your content, it is actually 10 points. So let's just say, for example, if you get a like in your content is equal to 1 point. If you get a comment in your actually post, then it's equal to 3 likes, which is equal to 3 points. And if you get a share, it's equal to 10 likes, that is equal to 10 points. So the more the number of points you get, the more virality your post gets immediately the time when you've posted. So indeed, that's great, and congratulations for that entire thing, for your video to go shared. It's great. I received this recommendation within 30 minutes of doing my profile ban. Oh man, Andrew, that's awesome. Wow. Andrew's is okay, not bad, not bad, Andrew. This is superb. I can see it's February 18, 2021. So yeah, guys, Andrew got a congratulations, Andrew. That's a huge one. It's not easy to get people to give you recommendations. I mean, with you, I didn't mean you personally. I'm saying anybody. People do not want to give recommendation because it's an extra effort. So if you got one, awesome, man. Let's do. Okay, so I'm just gonna scroll down further and see. Okay, I'm still able to like and comments on the people's post. Of course, Jocelyn, so every jail is a different jail. So you don't get into all the jails together. So tag jail, comment jail, connection jail, every jail is a very different kind of jail that LinkedIn puts you in because of your depending on the kind of activity. So it's not related in any manner. But when you see that you're not able to do a certain activity, that's when you realize that you're in that form of jail. So just check it out whether you're able to follow people next month, because usually they will reset it, if not in the day, then that particular month. So just wait for that to happen, but write to the support. They're great. Okay, click 3 comments. Now, I'm not sure what that meant. If that's a fun that's going on in the comment section, then I'll skip it. If not, then do write it back, guys, for me for a better understanding. And indeed, Samina, okay, after watching the video, I've sent request to join 2 groups. 1 is accepted already, connected with 3 people, wow, and requested and converted 2 testimonials into recommendation, and use contact syncing to send 19 more connection requests, and they were automatically sent from after I selected that from my contact list, and I didn't get a chance to write a person. And here is a few image. Yes, absolutely. Of course, when you sync contacts, you don't get an option. So you want to be careful there. But at the same time, of course, if you already know those people, it's still okay to not associate them if you're personally bonded with them and they're like, oh, that's Amina, I know her, let's connect. So the chances to get yes in the connection request is very high when you know a person. But indeed, if you don't, that's where the personal invite is very important. Congratulations on getting into the groups, because yes, it's great to be part of LinkedIn groups. Hi, Fran, thanks for accepting my request, and how are you? So that's a response I see. How are you? Probably in your last semester, final year, and I am revamping my LinkedIn profile. You had given an amazing testimony for me. It seems like LinkedIn uses recommendation. Could you write me a recommendation? Now, I hope, Samina, you're writing this to Salam in a way that you know him already and there has been some communication outside of LinkedIn, then this is perfect. It's great. And you can just request for recommendation because it will come in because you guys have gone in some kind of a partnership or a collaboration or any kind of agreement earlier. So this makes complete sense. Now, hey Rima, how are you? How is your new spa coming up? So is that your first message? If it is, that's lovely. I'm revamping my LinkedIn profile and would be so kind to endorse you for my coaching. I would really appreciate. Okay, so now Samina, I'm not sure if this is your first message or you're writing this message to the people who you're already connected with, but since you've written with so much of your love and you have actually asked about the spa, then if you're asking a person to endorse because that seems like you know the person, it's perfectly all right. And unless you ask, you don't get it. So this is the magic. And when you're asking, it's always good to first go and give a little bit of endorsement to that person. So then what happens, your probability of getting the reply also increases even more, because give first, you will definitely get it. Hey Samina, all is wonderful. And how are you, my dear? Absolutely, will endorse you with great pleasure. Oh, congratulations. Awesome. So this is the power of asking, guys, with the right attitude and with the right message. And now let's look at Clara. Okay, this is actually my second attempt and I lost all my snips on the computer. So did it more and took the pics of my phone, and apologies for the bad quality. No problem. I think I already had a look at them. Yeah, absolutely. So that's great, Clara. I have reviewed them. Now day 2, personalized connection message. Now I'm wondering, okay, so people have already Hey Christian, here we have just met today in the Webby session with Samita at the guest speaker. Looking forward. So that's great, but you don't have to put your name because your name is very much actually visible right on the top. So you can absolutely skip writing your name and you just say, "Hey, we met in Webby," and oh, you in connection with Webby? Andrea, say a quick hi to her. I love her work for what she has been doing so far since ever COVID happened. So indeed, Webby is a great, and Samita, okay, she is a gem of a person. Love her for all the work that she's done in the health segment, mental health to be precise. Yeah. Now I participated in Malaysia Quit third installment. Would like to connect and get to know you. Okay, now I'm not sure what is the connection between you and Fu and the Malaysia Quit third installment. But if there is a connection, it's good. Then it's absolutely fine because she'll be able to relate to you. And there is, if she also participated, then it's a perfect touch point because it's something nascent, it's something recent, and it's at the same time, it's just a mutual bond that happens with all these personal words. I'm a fellow participant of the Changemaker Summit organized by Adam and would perfect. I think because that's how it happens. People on Killing It on LinkedIn workshop, that's how you connect also. They just say, I'm also at the workshop like yourself and let's connect. And that's where you build bonds. So that's perfect. That's awesome. Hey, Christian, if you post on LinkedIn, then you don't want to accumulate your notification to 99 plus. Try to reduce your notifications and be more active there because the more the notification you open up, the more engaging your profile gets for LinkedIn algorithm. That's a quick hack of the day, guys. We have just met today in the Webby session. Okay, that's nice. Superb. Hey Christian, yeah, I was down to your LinkedIn profile as there are some common interests between us both, and I would like. Okay, this message. Yes, I'm glad this message came up. So what happens, guys, that we do say that we have some mutual connect, but then what happens is, if you don't mention what is that mutual interest, then the interest level goes down because this could be a copy paste message to 5 different people and could make sense to all 5 of them. So what you want to do here is just a simple thing is also add on that what is that common interest, whether it was she saying you are in swimming and I'm also in swimming, or it is about marketing, is it about copywriting, is it about freelancing, anything. And that helps people to bond with you more and create that trust even faster when you put that common interest. Now we just met. Okay, that's perfectly all right. So indeed, this is how you go. So take your even offline connections online. So let's just say if you met someone at the event, you connect with them online through this method as well. That I met you at Malaysia social media week and it was lovely. So let's connect. So indeed, now that you do visually the Zoom sessions, go all out and connect through them. It is very, very powerful. Now, Jocelyn, you have modified your cover and I can't read the text. Now that's a problem. This cover also, I cannot read the text. So which means that it's important that when you're designing a cover, and today I shared a Canva video, guys, for all of you to pick up how you can design your cover. So you can take a Canva template and that would make your life so much easy, so much easy. So go all out and use that, and that would change the way the cover will look. So try that. And indeed, the first 3 connections are the business owners with the food-based industries. And I did some research on the business pages. So that's from Julia, specifically connect with people who had great product and lack social media presence. And for now, trying to strike up a conversation, not sure if this is the way to go, hoping to bring up more value to the cover and tagline. Great tip. And great tip, Kush, and raised awareness about my desire to help small businesses in the area. And other 3 connections are from the marketing industry, looking forward to build a network with people of the same. Perfect, Julia. I love that. So it's like you're going for leads and you're going for learning both together, and that's perfect. So I stumble upon your LinkedIn profile and notice that you're owner of this. I would love the concept of the Indian food in the hot pot and the unique. Awesome. I like this approach. This is amazing. Superb. You have really personalized your flow and the way you are going with it. Lovely. And I love the question, do you photograph them yourself? It's like you're really looking up to that person and then going into the details. Awesome. I noticed that you are the owner of this, and what an initiative and idea to promotion help you stand out with because engine. What inspired it? Not bad, but what inspired you to create this type of cake? If you can add, if you add a line saying, "I'm intrigued to know what inspired you," that then it doesn't looks like a question. You know, it's not you're not trying to question her. It just seems like you're intrigued and you are very keen to just find out because your curiosity level are very high, and that actually gets people to respond to your message even faster than ever. Lovely. I changed your I chanced upon your profile on LinkedIn. Congratulations on the new role in Asia and social media executive. Okay, so keen to move into. Not bad. Very good messages, guys. These are some of the best messages. Indeed, you want to take this as an example, go back and read. I love these messages, Julia. They are great. Keep it up. Awesome. That's the marketing side of you talking. I love it. You have reached the weekly invitation limit. Okay, so how many did you send? The question is, how many did you send? And CS, I think that's one thing which is very important. You want to be very careful. Start with not more than 10 connections per day, and then eventually grow your connections. So you want to be very, 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 very careful there. Now let's see it. Okay, nice to see all of you. We met in one of the seminars. I'm learning. LinkedIn, let's connect. Okay, so now if you put the name of the seminar, it'll help the person remember. But I see since maybe he's accepted your request and it's great, but still, if it's not recent, then people might forget. These are very, very standard messages. You want to personalize it more. Let's look at Julia's example. That was some of the good ones. Like I noticed you are a logistician, but that's okay. But what is your interest in that industry, and why are you even talking to that person? What is it that interests you about that particular industry? You want to write more and not just put that one line, because it won't be very helpful. Now the second version of before and after. Okay, so okay, first feedback, Krishana. Colors are great, but the profile picture, the chop off is not looking nice. It's not great. Either you zoom in your picture and only get your shoulder visible, because that looks very artificial and you don't want to get that look. And the cover that you have has too much of text. I'm not sure which one we should read first. And the Facebook URL is not very helpful because people cannot click on the link in the image. So what happens is they need to type it, and that's a problem. So you can say the link is in the description, and you can just scroll down and put the link in the description. That will be more helpful. And reduce the amount of text unless it is really needed to be there. And there are too many call to action. You can remove email ID and link. Since you've already given your WhatsApp number, which is the easiest mode to connect, you don't need to give anything else. And you can reduce the entire line, which is send WhatsApp message for consultation. Let's connect over WhatsApp. That's all. Or WhatsApp and dash number. It's obvious. You don't have to write the entire sentence. You are a writer. You know that you can cut down on the word and make it as precise as possible. So just focus there and make it more cleaner in terms of the approach. Bullet points are great. I mentioned last time as well. So that's a good way to go with in your profile. And I'm going to give a quick look. Okay. Now this is page cover and enterprise logo. Now, since it's logo and cover, but it's not, you want to make changes to the headline. What is the value that you want to add with the features? In this, I can just see your logo, but that's no value to me. What is more valuable to me is what you can change in my life. You can make my life, you can give me, you can write a story of my life in the best way possible because you come from the writing background. You can actually give words to my feelings. You can give my entire branding a new look. If you come from the writing background, you can actually give me a brand overhaul in terms of the brand storyline. So talk about the value that you can add on the table for the people who are coming to your profile. That is where they will be like, oh yeah, I want to talk about it. So guys, that is my quick take here. Okay, there are some, why do LinkedIn group, they will, okay, just came across with your profile. So that's from Sunny. So why am I looking? Okay, so now just came across with your profile. While I'm looking at the music education, I saw that you are specialized in autism. Some of the students are also Oh wow, Sunny, you're in an autistic space. Now we should speak. I will indeed, because I'm in touch with a lot of people in the same space, but not in the country. It's in US. So yeah, I mean, if anything to do with that, I would be happy to connect you to some people in the same industry. That's how your profile caught my attention. Okay, that's lovely. Just came across your profile while I was searching for music education, and happy to write about. Okay, not bad. If that's your connecting point and you're connecting with other musical people in the industry, go ahead. Just came across your profile, and while I was looking at the music education, I am a music educator, pianist, and but what is it that interests you in that person's profile should also be written. Okay, so just like, for example, just came across your profile and I noticed you are in music education as well, like myself. And indeed, I also found out that you run a music house, which is this. Go a little bit more deeper, talk about that person a little bit more, make that person feel cared, concerned, wanted in for your own purpose, but you're connecting to learn or to connect on a human level and not on just a very robotic level, as I always say. So try to have that approach, because that makes people remember you for longer period of time. So guys, here's, oh wow, we have another one coming from Jocelyn. So here's his 5 message. My name is Jocelyn. So you don't have to put your name, guys. As I already mentioned, do not introduce yourself, because your name is very much visible in the feed where they receive the connection request. So you can skip that and save your characters. And I've come across your profile in LinkedIn, and I was in the hospitality before. Notice we have some similar background as well. I would love to connect as some updates on the current situations from where your areas and expertise is. Now, I would love to connect and know some updates on the current situation of where the area of expertise is now, because of course I cannot read the following details of it because of the size of the box, and no fault of yours, of course, but you can increase the size of the box here by clicking and dragging it down, just for everybody's knowledge. So now what you got to do is, I'm not too sure that what kind of update are you looking for, because the person is like, is she looking for update on my life, on my industry? So if you have clarified that, great. If you haven't, then you want to do that next time. Okay. So it says, I was in the hospitality prior to this and happened to my client of mine, and I translated in the area of digital marketing since, and thought it would be nice to reconnect with my, I'm not sure. So since I'm not being able to read the full message, it's very difficult for me to judge what exactly are you trying to communicate here, because you're introducing yourself, which you want to be very careful. Unless it's relevant, you don't want to talk about yourself so much, you want to talk about that person. So it would be nice to reconnect with my senior or with my colleague, then it's a different story, because the person knows you already. But if it doesn't, then that's where the catch is. Okay, so I used to be in hospitality and previous with my client transitioned, and thought it would be great to connect with a familiar client that I used to serve. Oh, so they have been your client. Not bad. That's okay. That's great. You're working with, if that means they know you, so it's still fine. Now, what you can do here is, as well, when you're reaching out to them, you can also ask them how are they keeping, how's the new COVID times been for them, because you are being very informative in that, but you're not caring about them. You're not asking how's life, has things been okay, because, or has things been into a segment which is stable for them, because you know that industry has been very challenging because of the COVID time. So try to bond with them and reconnect the relationship on a personal level, little more than just on the informative level. I think that has been your core approach. So my feedback is same for all. And here's the second challenge from Rajninath, and let's hear it. I'm a coach who believes in building purposeful teams and helping individuals. So I would like to connect very much to learn from yourself. So of course, I have to say, when you write that I want to learn from you, people love it. It's beautiful. But at the same time, when you introduce yourself, now let's just say if you are talking about Kalbana, and if Kalbana likes to hear about herself, indeed, most of the people love when you show interest in them. That is when you stand out. So when you're introducing yourself, that's what most of the people, 90% of the LinkedIn users, if they at all are sending a message, they tend to introduce themselves. Why do you introduce yourself when already, if the person clicks on your profile, they can see it already? So it's already there. If what you need to do is you need to get their interest, you need to get their eyeball, and you need to get them to click on your profile and then read about you. How do you do that? By caring about them in the first place, by showing that you really think that they matter and they can add value to your life, and not just write for the sake of writing it. People are the only asset in the company that is being neglected and being ignored. I believe people needs to be heard, and I would like to connect with you to hear your views on this. That's a little strange message. I would like to connect to hear your views. Like, do you already know the person? Why do you want to hear the person's view, and why does it even matter? So let's just say, for example, if you say that people are real assets of the company, and I know that you, and reading your profile, I found that you're someone who believes in the people a lot, so it will be glad to hear what's your point of view on the entire thing. Now, why do you want that person's view suddenly is something that my thoughts are triggered to. But if you know the person personally and you're just connecting here, then it's a different story. Talent is the future bank of every organizations, and they're key to bring in future money growth for each company. I'm adding to my connection and such great people like you to share the same passion as me. Now, these are some messages which are very, they are personalized. They're standard messages which can just copy paste with 10 different profiles. So unless you personalize, it will not connect people. And you are talking, you're giving lessons and you're talking about some philosophical approach, but people don't connect on this. People find it a little odd, because why is suddenly the person coming in and telling me that talent is the future of each organization? We don't know each other, we don't know who you are, then why are you trying to educate me on something? And you want to protect yourself from that. You want to share your wisdom, but after building the relationship with that person, because once you build the relationship, people want to hear you. They don't want to hear people giving advices when they are not even acquaintances. So he says, I'm sure you're building a great team. I'm a coach and believe that by connecting with you, I can learn some your team building skills. I can learn some. Okay, I'm a coach and believe that by connecting with you, I can learn some of your team building skills. That's okay. If you want to learn something and you are writing it straightforward, that's nice because people like it, as I mentioned. But just include a little bit about those people as well, and that will actually make it a lot of difference to the entire profile. Okay, so extremely sorry. Kitty says, and I'm going to review it for her. So Kitty, it is okay, now I can't read this. Okay, payroll, recruitment, labor law, HR generalist. Okay, so these are, if that's payroll specialist or payroll strategist, or if you want to add some word with the payroll, just look at some profiles and see what they're writing. It will give you a good inspiration. And in this cover photo, it doesn't speak too much. Maybe you can just pick your headline and write on the cover photo, and that can help. You can, in the cover photo, put a photo of an interview or something, and that would actually be more relevant to your profile rather than just putting this cover photo, which is general stock photograph or general picture. Yes, Hari, I like this picture more than the previous one. I like this profile picture a lot more than the previous one, because in this you're smiling, you're approachable. It just looks very smart as well because you're looking straight, and the pixelation of the picture quality is very good comparatively. So that's nice. Now, Rajinath has given the direct link of his profile. Let's see it. Helping individuals and companies move forward through coaching techniques, helping building find their financial journey with proven financial planning, and key speaker and coach extraordinary. Okay, so I'm gonna go through. Yeah, the domain usage is very nice. You have used your domain in the. Okay, let me just share screen of that particular tab. Indeed, you have end up using the domain here, which is very, very nice. Your cover photo is very clean, it's great. You can remove your names because name is already here. You can actually put in your pitch there, which is move forward through coaching techniques. So you're helping individuals and businesses to move forward through coaching techniques, or helping individuals find their Now there are two pitches here. That creates a lot of tension and confusion. You want to pick one, and or if you are taking two, then use plus sign to add it, because you're repeating words like helping individuals twice. Now that is where the catch is. Try to reduce that, or take one of them as keywords and one of them as your present continuous pitch. So do not go both the services as pitch, because that dilutes the value when people are reading your headline. Thank you so much, Hari. That's a beautiful message. It's great to receive some great blessings, and we need a lot of them. So indeed, so I'm going to stop share here and go back to sharing screen. So guys, I'm here for another 5 minutes only, and go down quickly. So here it is. Okay. And I just feel like I did not review results profile. I wasn't able to see this yesterday, but it's submitted 6:30 p.m. Okay. So result, let's review it if it wasn't. Oh, okay. This has been submitted now. Okay. 9 hours ago. Now that explains me why. Okay. Breathing your comfort. Now I hope that's relevant. Though you have uploaded the video. Okay, financial planner and freelance programmer. I think the headline can be more stronger. So think about that, because indeed you want your headline to have more keywords. Since you can, there is a longer character limit that you have. Why to waste the space? Breaking your comfort with what? I see 3 logos, which is nice. I see some text, which I can't see it though. It's difficult to read that text. So, but okay, logos are fine, but the text is not very clearly visible. The jump is great. It looks like you're sporty as a person, but breaking your comfort through what? Through financial planning, through this, just add that as well, because then people will have more clarity of what value you are bringing for them. So with this, guys, quickly wrapping up for today, and I'm going to look through, okay, Deborah, updating my profile, adding accomplishment in the details, make me feel uneasy. Is that ever too much branding? So I'm going to take some quick questions before I wrap up for the day. And I'm reading Deborah's question, and she says, adding accomplishment in detail makes me feel like, yeah, Deborah, I do agree. It used to make me feel uneasy as well in my early days when I was starting to update. And it's like, am I showing off? Am I bragging? But see, then I just thought of one thing. If you are not ready to talk about yourself, why will anybody else talk about you? Think about it. Andrew says, when I try to add my website link in the feature, a client logo shows up and not the main website banner. What's up? Oh yeah, that is because you don't have open graph set up for your website. Now that seems a bit technical, but you can Google it or do a YouTube video, how to set up open graph on your website. And that is a custom image that you can upload on your website, which will help you get an image in your featured segment. And that's how you do it. Else, what you can do is upload an image media file in your featured segment and take the URL and put the URL in the description so that people can see the URL. Okay, superb, Samina. That's lovely to hear that you're picking up so many things. Krishan says, we'll specify the common interest between the other people as you say suggested. Awesome, Krishan. It's great. Okay, we'll go through the notification and notice in order to increase my level of activities. Yes, indeed. LinkedIn is reading what you're doing, and they read when you don't read them. So I'm still able to like and comment. Okay, that's superb. So guys, that's us getting to the end of the day 2, which is about connections, which is about making bonds and relationship with so many amazing people across the world. I wish you all the luck that you get to connect with your next partner, collaborator, client, investor, community network, which is going to take you to the next level, because it's the people who help us grow, like you have made me who I am today. And I really want to say a big thank you for that. And indeed, also want to say, guys, this is not the end. It's just the day 2. We have completed 50% of the program, which is awesome. So kudos to you guys. You did it. 50% is done. Wow, that's awesome. Stay tuned to the leaderboard. It's coming up very, very soon in your dashboard, and you will get to know the latest scores based on what your activities have been today. And guys, don't miss out on the day 3 video. It's right there in the dashboard. So as we wrap up for the day, my question is, guys, let's rate it day 2, 1 and 10, where the 10 is the largest or the biggest number, like you find it the best, and 1 is the least, that you did not find it worth it. So let's scale it Tell me, how did you find the day 2 video where you got to connect with the people you never connected with, you didn't got to know them, and now they're part of your network? Also, guys, do share your successes when you get them to connect with you. Tell us in the Facebook group that, hey, I got 1 person, 2 person, 3, 4, 7, 10, as many as Samina already shared with us. So go ahead and put that, because that's the favorite thing. So tell me in the comment section, in the scale of 1 to 10, where 10 being the highest value and 1 being the least value, how did you find the day 2 video where it was all about people who change your life or who will change your life at some point of time? So do remain consistent with LinkedIn as a platform. Otherwise, no action, no fun, no progress, no success. That's how it is. Indeed. So I'm excited to see, so many 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and a 9 from Jocelyn. Okay, that's superb, guys. I love the enthusiasm which you have, and keep that enthusiasm going, because the day 3 video is coming in. So now I have another very big question. Very, very, very big question. Are you excited for the content one? If you're scared, it's okay. If you're excited, it's also okay, because that makes us human. All you need to do is watch the video and implement those tricks, those hacks, and create that perfect post if you haven't done ever till yet. And if you are still posting or have posted in the past, it's time to break the barriers and implement some new rules that I'm going to share over the video. With this, guys, wrapping up for today. See ya. Have a great evening, and do have your dinners on time. And with the people from other parts of the world, please have a great day. Enjoy yourself and love yourself. Till then, bye-bye. Rise and shine. Take care.